perimetry. Now we'll just listen to Dr. Manish from Mumbai. We'll listen to him on what are the test strategies that you can do it in the Humphreys perimetry. Over to you, Manish.
Thank you, and thank you for the invitation and the opportunity to participate in this talk. And you have given me the topic to talk on the strategies for which are available in the Humphrey perimeter, and a very specific talk. So I will straight away go into the talk. So basically, you have the strategies which are two types. You have the standard threshold strategies, and you have that is the full threshold was the original strategy with which the perimeter first came, and that is a very tedious test in which each and every point is tested right from the lowest threshold, and it is got passed twice, and it is very extensive. Then we had the modification, the SITA, which is the Swedish interactive test algorithm, and you have the SITA standard and the SITA fast. These were designed to cut the testing time without compromising the quality of the visual fields, and they have become the gold standard for us. Especially SITA standard is the most popular threshold strategy which we are using. And now we have come up, as Dr. Pandav mentioned, and I will be coming to that, is the SITA faster, which is come in, and I have used it in some patients and found it to be quite useful, especially in the early glaucoma patients. Now coming to the second areas of the areas which we are going to test. So you have these 10-2, 24-2, 30-2, and 24-2C. These are the test areas. So the 10-2 test area tests only the central 10 degrees around fixation, and it tests 68 points. So it is pretty intensive for the central field. The 24-2 tests 24 degrees field in all directions except nasal, where it is extended up to 30 degrees. The point of doing this is that usually Anderson's criteria and all were applied to 30-2 tests, and they said ignore the edge points. So in the 24-2, edge points are not tested. So you cannot say you have to take into consideration all the points. And in the nasal field, it goes up to include the nasal step area, which is very commonly affected in early glaucoma. The 30-degree field is the 30-2, which tests 74 points. And this was the test which used to be done more popularly. And even now, when you first see a patient, some experts still prefer to do a 30-2 as the first test. The new which has come in is the 24-2C, which is 24 degrees, the 24-2 test plus 10 additional points in the central 10-degree area. And we will be discussing this. So these are the standard layouts. As you can see, to your far extreme right is the 30-2, the standard 30-2 test. In the middle is the 10-2, and that is what I want to make out is 10 degrees only central field, and a pretty intensive 68 points are tested. The 24-2, the most popular test, tests the entire field in 24 degrees, and the nasal area, as you can see, is extending up to 30 degrees. And these kind of changes in the nasal step region are better studied if you test up to 30 degrees over there. So the test algorithms, as we mentioned, the full threshold was the original one. And then subsequently, they came up with the Swedish interactive, which was a smart modification. So what are the differences is that the full threshold, each stimulus is presented at each and every location from the expected normal threshold, and it is adjusted slowly so that you cross the threshold twice. Whereas in SITA test, you have the PDF, that is the probability distribution function, where it is derived from well-known glaucoma eyes, and using a Bayesian mathematical model, it is continuously adjusted during the test. So you have to test less number of stimuli at each point to get the threshold. So that is a smart modification. And in the full threshold, the threshold is determined by stepwise presentation of stimuli across the threshold twice. So it is increased by 2 decibels and then reduced by 1 decibel to cross the threshold twice. Whereas in SITA, it is done by reducing the intensity, and the threshold is crossed only once. So the testing time really comes down with the SITA test. And in the full threshold, additionally, 10 points are tested twice to give you short-term fluctuation. And then it was found that this short-term fluctuation did not add much value to your field interpretation. And therefore, in SITA, there is no point which is tested twice, and you do not get the short-term fluctuation. And last is in the full threshold test, the speed of at which the stimuli are presented is fixed. Whereas in CETA, if the patient responds more rapidly, the speed is increased and the machine adjusts that, and therefore the testing time reduces. Now coming to the very important concept about the central field. There is a lot of studies which have been coming out in the last 5-7 years, which say the central field examination, what we are doing by doing the 24-2 test, sometimes we are missing the points, and if we are even catching them, like you can see in example A, there are some points in the central field, but if you do the 10- field, you get much more points and you have a better potential of observing this over time. Here we can see that these are the points, and here you are missing some points which are not shown up at all in the 24-2. So it is very important to test central field, and it is not only that only in advanced glaucoma, even in early glaucoma. So experts were assigned to determine which are the points in the 10-2 field which seem to carry more weightage, and they identified these 10 points which were included in the 24-2. So this is the 10-2 field, the 24-2 field. Overriding it is the 10-2 field, and these are the 10 points which are found to be of extra importance, and they are added to the 10-2 to the 24-2 program to get the 24-2C program. So here you can see these points. These are the central points which are not tested in the traditional 24-2 test. In the 24-2C, these points are tested, and with the newer test algorithm called CETA Faster, testing time, as you can see, is really reduced to really small, 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes. And these are patients are really happy with this test strategy, and you are getting so much valuable data of the central field. So you have to decide on what test to do when. For usually first timers, when you are suspecting glaucoma, 30-2 or a 24-2 are generally done. But once the patient has moderate glaucoma, follow-ups are usually done on 24-2. And if it is moderate and advanced and you see involvement in the center, then additionally 10-2 is done. In advanced cases where most of the 24-2 areas are already showing an absolute scotoma, you do a 10-2 because there more valuable information is to be had. So you have an example here of a patient. This is the disc, looks like it is suspicious for glaucoma. So you would like to do a visual field, but you are expecting that this is going to be a more like an inferior defect. So 24-2 tests would suffice in this kind of a scenario. But when you do the test, if you find that there is a defect which is very close to the fixation area, you would prefer to do additionally 10-2, which will give you much more data and show you how close the fixation is threatened, because this will base on how soon the patient runs a risk of losing useful and functional vision. So this is another example where you see the OCT is very, very borderline, but you are having a suspicion that patient has got glaucoma, and you do a 24-2 and see there are no points. But here it is important sometimes to do a central field, and there is increasing importance of doing central fields, even 10-2 fields, even in early glaucoma patients. And therefore, I prefer nowadays to do the 24-2C test with the CETA Faster in these kind of early cases. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Manish, for being very crisp and almost saying what is that you have to do in which patient. Thank you so much for your